being unattached doesn't mean you're disconnected. You know, people think that, let's say when we're removing cords or disconnecting ourselves from others, that it's like there's a severance and we are like that, those energies are like out of our life, for example. And that's not the case. It's just being in your sovereign space is really the way I kind of like look at it when we're talking about not being attached, just being unattached to any outcome, anything, any person, any place, and just really being in this present moment, really being within your own space, really being in your own sovereign energy and knowing that this is enough, that this is fulfilling, that this is richness, this is wholeness, this is all of it. And then that actually, it sort of attunes you to know what is in alignment with you and what is not. Because when you are in this place of like just total neutrality, just being completely unattached to anything, you can kind of tune into what does come in. Does this feel strong? Is there a drop in energy? Does it feel consistent with where I'm at, where I am? Does it feel like it might even be vibrating at a different frequency, at a different level? You can actually tune into that when it comes to anything that comes into you, whether it's a person, it's a place, it's a situation, a thought, anything. You can kind of tune into it and feel whether or not it is in alignment for you, something that maybe you kind of elevate to, or maybe you might have to drop your frequency a little bit, and then is that in alignment for you? So what you're saying, as you're talking about just like not letting go of seeing Lucy again, letting go that's really you just kind of being completely in that space of that generous present moment, right? Like just being really just you're in your own space, and it's all of it, and it's more than enough, it's everything. And when you're there, when you're completely unattached, when you've let go of all other things, that's when everything starts to come in. That's when things that you, I don't want to use the word need, but things that are supposed to come into you, whatever is in alignment for you and your soul, that's what comes in. And it's so beautiful what you shared. And I think you're right. I think Dr. Joe Dispenza really does try to teach us how to do that in his way when he talks about nothingness, and like thinking about nothing. He uses those words. You are trying to think about nothing, but you're really just trying to disconnect to everything, so that you're just in the space of you. You're just in the space of this. Right. And then that's when you connect to your higher self. That's when you connect to pure consciousness. That's when you connect with that love that is so pure, that is so unconditional, that you're emotional when you feel that feeling, because it's like, it's how do you even describe it, right?
Right. And because we're just a point of perception, you know? And our life is just a series of points of perception.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It's just like the simple example is like you can choose to look at something as being good or bad. You can find reasons for both. And so, when you can allow yourself to get past the point of perception that you are, you then connect with everything else. And I think this is that space where people like Akashic readers and people like that, psychics that are really intuitive, they like get beyond their point of perception, and then everything else is out there. And I think that's what consciousness is. It's just sort of like electrical web of information out there that is a tuning frequency. Like you just have to tune into it. And, when you understand that we're just vibrating beings, like we're not really like this stuff that we think, we're not something, we're just kind of consciousness wearing this suit. That there's something, it's like there's a great book, Untethered Soul, if no one's ever read it. It's a great book. And it's like the fact that you are aware that you have thoughts means that you're not the thoughts. Right. Otherwise you wouldn't have awareness that you're having thoughts. They would just be, it's like the drop in the ocean, so there's something higher beyond, and far more, like Neil deGrasse Tyson said it the best at the end when I asked him about what he wanted to come away with in this life, or what questions he wanted to answer. He's like, I'm afraid that I don't even know the right questions to ask. And that is kind of the human journey, is it's that, it's kind of constantly unfolding and opening up, and, there's a lot of mystery out there. but we're all doing our best to try and figure it out. And that's where you come in, and people that are tapped in and have that sort of reach and drive and tuning frequency.
Yeah, well, and and thank you for those kind words. I really feel like that's where we all come in, because we are. It's just such a beautiful moment, right? When you feel that sense and you know that you are a part of everything and everything is a part of you, and you don't feel that separation between yourself and everything that's around you. It's just it's a profound and really beautiful moment, and because we are all connected, we can all really have those experiences. And remembering that, it's like the reminder that I always want to tell people is that, Dana had this incredible experience. And again, we're so grateful. I'm so grateful that you shared it with us. The reminder is that we all have those experiences, and we can all have those experiences because we ultimately are all the same. We are all connected. There is an energy that connects all of us because we are all a part of that same energy.